Welcome to the Mirror Moves, where neighborhood drama meets poetic justice. Every week, we expose the kind of stories you'd think were fiction, until you realize they're happening on your very street. Today's tale is not about revenge. It's about boundaries. When an entitled HOA president decided to treat someone's garage like her personal valet service, one man responded not with violence, but with silence, patience, and a perfectly planned getaway. Buckle in. This one's personal. This one's brilliant. I just got back from the best 10-day vacation of my life. Ocean breeze, fresh ceviche, sunburn that peeled like victory. But here's the kicker. I wasn't the only one on a journey. While I was sipping rum under a straw roof in Tulum, someone else was experiencing the unraveling of their soul, right outside my garage. And the best part? I watched it all from 3,000 miles away. Let's rewind. My name's Jordan Wexler. I'm a 33-year-old IT consultant. I work from home, have a decent little place in a quiet suburban neighborhood, and I like to mind my own business. But I made one fatal mistake. I bought a home in an HOA-run community. Now, not all HOAs are bad, but this one, it's ruled with an iron bobcut by our beloved president, Linda Hargrave. Linda is the kind of woman who believes her recycled wine bottle collection is art, sends mass emails about leaf blower noise violations, and hosts monthly mandatory meetings no one attends except her Yorkie, Winston. But our truce held. We ignored each other. Until the garage incident. 2 weeks ago, I told the HOA board I'd be away for 10 days. I even filed the paperwork, as required, to leave my property temporarily unoccupied. I double-checked everything, locked the doors, installed a motion sensor cam in the driveway, and left my garage clean. No car, no clutter. Except one thing I didn't lock, the garage door keypad. Turns out Linda somehow figured out the code. Maybe from the maintenance guy or the old records. Maybe she just guessed it. She's the type. Day 3 into my vacation, I got a phone notification. Motion detected in my garage. I opened the app and froze. Linda's silver Lexus was rolling into my garage like it paid rent. I was dumbfounded. Not a message. Not a call. Just a silent act of this'll be fine. She pulled in, shut the garage, and walked off like she owned the place. I thought, okay, maybe it's temporary. The next day, still there. The day after that, same thing. So I changed the keypad code from my phone while holding a margarita, and then I locked the side door bolt remotely. She was now parked inside a locked garage, with no remote, no keypad. Trapped. Day 6 of my vacation. I wake up to 20 new notifications. I check the footage, and there she is, screaming, pounding the garage door, dragging some poor handyman to try and open it, yelling into her phone like she's summoning demons. It was the finest theater I'd ever witnessed. She tried calling me, I declined. She left voicemails, angry, weepy, threatening. You can't just lock me out. This is illegal. I'm the HOA president. She called the cops. They showed up, realized it was private property. Left. She hired 3 locksmiths. All of them gave up after realizing the security grade I'd installed. Meanwhile, I was floating on a pool lounger eating fresh mango slices. Why didn't I just tell her off? Because that's what she wanted. Linda thrives on confrontation. She loves to be the loudest in the room, the center of the drama. But what she couldn't handle, being ignored. And now the silence was eating her alive. 10 days later, I came back. Calm. Radiating do not mess with me energy. I pulled into the driveway and saw her Lexus still stuck, crooked, in my garage. I hit the keypad. Door opened slow, like a stage curtain. Linda stood there, hair wild, eyes twitching. You think this is funny? She barked. You think this was okay? I paused. I think parking in someone else's garage without asking is not okay. I had a guest coming. The community lot was full. And that justified breaking into my home? She opened her mouth, then closed it. Look, Linda, I continued, you crossed a line. You don't get to decide what's convenient for you using what belongs to someone else. That's not how community works. She sputtered something about HOA bylaws. I calmly handed her a printed cease and desist, and I added a new keypad lock. That evening, I posted the garage footage, her tantrums, locksmiths, everything, on my private Reddit group. Then it made its way to a viral HOA subreddit. Within hours, it blew up. HOA president uses neighbor's garage without permission. Gets locked in. The comments were savage and hilarious. Turns out Linda had a reputation online, too. People in our community who had been quietly suffering under her reign finally spoke up. By the weekend, a petition to remove Linda as HOA president had over 60 signatures. More than enough.
Conséquence arrive.
Linda tried to spin the situation, of course. She posted on the community board claiming I had orchestrated it to create drama, for clout. But the video? It didn't lie. The locksmiths spoke out. One of them even said, I told her I can't break into a locked private garage, and she told me it was technically hers because she ran the HOA. That's not how anything works. The final nail? A formal violation notice sent to her by the board she used to control. The title read, Unauthorized Use of Private Property. Poetic. But that's not even the best part. 3 days later, I got a handwritten letter in my mailbox. From Linda. It read, Jordan, I was out of line. I don't expect forgiveness, but I do want you to know I've stepped down from the HOA board effective immediately. I hope our street can be peaceful again. Linda. No apology for breaking in. No mention of the tantrums. But hey, I'll take the resignation. What I learned. Sometimes the best revenge is no revenge at all. Just distance, time, and an excellent camera system. I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I just let Linda meet the consequences of her entitlement. People like that aren't used to being ignored. They need control. They live for a reaction. But silence? Silence is where their power dies. The garage is quiet now. Linda still lives 3 houses down, but she walks her Yorkie the long way around. And, as for me, I changed the keypad, installed a backup battery, reinforced the side door, and every time I roll up the garage, I smile just a little. Because in a world full of Karens, sometimes the best way to win is to lock the door and go on vacation.